I'm Carly Verhoeven, and I'm in Cambridge at City Hall about to speak with Mayor Doug Craig about bus rapid transit and what he thinks about light rail transit. But first, let's take a look at some of the closures happening with iron construction around the region. Davenport and Northfield is now open. However, Conestoga at Northfield closed July 14th for approximately 6 weeks. Access to Coombs from Northfield will remain closed until late September. Traffic on Northfield is maintained, as is access to Coombs from Weber to Randall. The northbound on-ramp from Northfield to Highway 85 is open. The northbound and southbound off-ramps from Highway 85 to Northfield remain closed until late 2016, as does the southbound on-ramp from Northfield to Highway 85. Lane closures and intermittent pedestrian access closures will occur periodically on the railway crossings at Barringer, Columbia, and University to complete the installation of temporary and permanent railway signals. The Waterloo Park parking lot at Seagram is closed. Alternate parking is available in the lot just northwest of the railway tracks. Pedestrian access across the railway tracks remains available at Seagram. King and Allen closed on June 20th and will remain that way until late September. Access to the delivery bay for area businesses is being maintained. John and King is open. King from William to Union is closed until approximately late September. Access to the Waterloo Town Square North lot from Caroline is now open. Crews completed the installation of the LRT track at the Pine and King intersection. That's Grand River Hospital's emergency entrance. Traffic is one-way northbound from Wellington to Green and two-way from Green to Union. King and Wellington will be closed for approximately 6 weeks. Two-way traffic will be maintained from Agnes to Wellington. One-way traffic northbound will be maintained from Agnes to Green. Victoria from Duke to Joseph is closed until approximately late September. The detour is Weber to Water to Joseph. Victoria and King is closed until approximately late September. Victoria and Charles is closed until approximately late September as well. Borden is open to two-way traffic. Charles and Borden is now closed for approximately 4 weeks. The U-turn at Grenville and Borden will also close this week and will be closed for about 4 weeks. Block Line in Cortland will be closed this week for about 2 months. A detour will be in place via Manitou to Bleams to Homer Watson. Hayward at the railway tracks is closed until late 2016. During this time, local traffic is being maintained on Hayward up to the railway crossing. I also spoke with people in Cambridge to see if they think bus rapid transit is enough for the city.
I definitely think it's enough, yeah. I even think that the light rail transit is a little much for Kitchener-Waterloo. I mean, even taking the bus to that area, it's delayed everyone taking the bus, so I don't know.
How do you actually get around Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge?
Me personally, I use public transit, but I have gone with people in cars, and it's been rather delayed. It's been almost 2 years that it's been pretty delayed. So,
will you use the service once it's complete?
The light rail? I don't think so, because the fare is rather high. I heard it was going to be about $12. So when you're paying $3 for the bus, you get accustomed to what you're paying, especially when you're trying to save money.
I'm fairly happy with the bus service, but we moved here from Toronto about 2 years ago, and the service there obviously is much better. And with the 2 kids, it would be nice if we had a bit more regular, so because if I miss my bus I have to wait like another half an hour, so it would be nice to have a bit more service here for sure.
I feel like it would be a good system for in Cambridge, especially since there's really no real way to get around the city without using the I-Express. And even though it's good, it doesn't go all through Hespeler or anything like that. It only hits like 1 or 2 major stops through the city. I think if we did have an extra mode of transit, it would be worth paying even like an extra 50 cents just for something. It would make it a lot more convenient than taking 4 or 5 buses just to get anywhere.
I'm with Mayor Doug Craig, who explains why he believes light rail transit is the wrong choice.
I was happy with the fact that the region looked at a rapid transit system. I disagreed. They should have done, in my opinion, rapid bus throughout the whole region at half the price, and we would have a bus system in Cambridge right up to Waterloo within the next year or so. And it would have served all 3 communities. This way you have a community, Cambridge, waiting for something that might or may happen in the future.
Why is light rail transit important for the city of Cambridge?
Well, light rail transit's important for everybody. It's about the future. It's about moving people. And that aspect of it, in terms of transportation, is one of the things that all new and evolving modern cities need.
So why did the city go with bus rapid transit instead of the LRT system?
Well, it wasn't a city decision. It was a region of Waterloo decision, and they decided they would do stage one up in the region of Waterloo in terms of Kitchener and Waterloo. And that's why the decision was made. Cambridge was not given the LRT expansion. They're looking into it now, and hopefully in the future we'll see it down here.
Why do you believe the LRT wasn't extended to Cambridge?
Well, it's all about money. It's costing, I think, the province and the citizens of the region close to $2 billion to do one phase of it up in Kitchener-Waterloo. That same extended phase will be another $2 billion down here. And I think the other thing that's very obvious is Cambridge doesn't have the ridership. And the province and the federal government won't agree to spending money on a community that doesn't have the ridership.
Speaking of ridership, do you think the bus rapid transit will bring more tourists to the area?
What will bring more tourists to the area is having GO Train come into Cambridge from Milton. That is the key element for all of the density issue, transportation issues in Cambridge.
Where do you see transit in Cambridge over the next 10 to 20 years?
Well, I think we're looking now not at light rail transit, we're looking at bus rapid bus transit, having dedicated lanes. That will be the evolutionary step to the trains.
Is it worth spending the money on bus rapid transit?
Of course it is. Ottawa thought it was okay. Toronto thinks it's okay. That's what you do. You go through an evolutionary process. And buses can come in from subdivisions and feed into the main dedicated lanes. Trains can't do that. So there's more flexibility in that system, and I think more convenience.
Ion Light Rail Transit was approved in 2 stages. Stage 1 includes bus rapid transit from Cambridge to Kitchener, as well as light rail transit from Kitchener to Waterloo. Stage 2 will see bus rapid transit converted to light rail transit, creating a 37-kilometer route. For more information on Ion construction closures, visit rideion.ca. For Rogers TV, I'm Carly Verhoeven.